Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about presets. I've made presets for my own use for many years in lots of different apps. In the past, I've created preset packs for Aurora HDR and sold those. Same with Luminar 4 and Luminar AI. I've also got a Luminar Neo Mega Pack that I sell on my website. I give away a free preset pack to my newsletter subscribers. It's 10 presets for Luminar Neo. I've got another preset pack for Luminar Neo that I'm making, and I've got a brand new one that's available in the Luminar Marketplace. I'm going to show you that in this video. And despite all my usage and love of presets, I actually think there's a problem with presets. I want to talk about that in this video. First things first, let me tell you about City Splendor. That is the new preset pack that's available in the Luminar Marketplace. If you go to skylum.com, click on Marketplace, and if you scroll down here, you'll see City Splendor. It is $19. It is 12 presets built specifically, as the name implies, for city scenes. And what I want to do is walk you through some examples of that here in Luminar, and then also talk about a little bit what I consider to be the problem with presets. However, more importantly, there's a fix for that, and it's super easy. So let's get into it. Here is an example. By the way, all of these will show up in your purchased categories. So after you've downloaded them from the marketplace, loaded them in Luminar Neo, selected a photo, click on presets, they will show up in this category called purchased. Click on that and you'll see City Splendor in your purchased category. Click it one more time and there's your 12 presets. Now what I did in this preset pack to kind of make it easy is I named the preset based on the kind of scene that I built the preset for. Doesn't mean you can't use it on different scenes, because of course you can. It doesn't mean it doesn't work on other kinds of photos either. It can work on a landscape, for example, even though I built it for cities. But I want to walk through a couple of examples to show you what this is all about in case you haven't picked it up. Some of you have perhaps purchased this already, in which case I want to thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Here's one called Skylining, which, as the name implies, really built for skylines, but as you can see, it'll work just fine there. This Vibrant Streets is a great one for street scenes like this, and in fact, I built it for this photo. There's other things like this Monochromicity, which is, as the name implies, a monochrome preset, kind of nice, kind of fun, kind of grungy almost, not quite grungy, but a little bit intense and dramatic. Even Detailed Scene, kind of built for those smaller, kind of intimate scenes with a little bit more crunch. But you can see presets vary and the looks they create vary, but of course you can apply any of these to any kind of photo. Here's a skyline scene. I want to show off a couple of the presets here. I'll start with this Skylining, which is really vibrant and it really pops, but of course you see a fair bit of blue there. I'll show you how you can customize that. Citywide Sunset, as the name implies, really built for a sunset, and that really pops. I love that. And this sunrising one, I think, looks quite nice here as well, a little bit more subtle. Let me go back to Skylining, and if you're not familiar with presets in Luminar Neo, you click the preset and then you go into Edit, and you'll see all the tools here in the main menu, but if you click on the Edits tab, you'll see the tools that were used to build that particular preset. In this case, maybe you like it, but you want to customize it, maybe make it a little bit less blue. You could go into Develop and go into Color and just warm it up a little bit. Instead of it being a negative value, perhaps you can make that a positive value. While I'm at it, maybe I'll lift the shadows a little bit more. I can click back on Tools and you will see that that has impacted the overall look of the photo. That's a key thing about presets that I think needs to be done personally, and that is go in and adjust them. I will talk about that again in a couple of minutes. I want to show you a couple of other scenes here. Here's kind of an intimate kind of street scene sort of look. Perhaps you come in with light trails, and even though it's built for light trails, you can see that things like that will work fine on different kinds of scenes. There's night light, and maybe this little moment's really built for kind of a intimate kind of scene with a little bit of detail. Looks great on an image like this. And one other example, again, another skyline. I love to shoot them, and especially if you can find water that they reflect in, I just think it looks fantastic. Oops, I clicked on Edit. I want to go to Presets, and on Presets, I'll try Skylining here just to show you what it looks like. Looks pretty nice, really pops those colors. Let's try Blue Hour. Yeah, a little bit softer look. I'm going to click Citywide Sunset. I'm just kind of ripping through these kind of quickly just to give you an idea. You can see that one's pretty intense. And this sun rising actually built on this particular photo. I just think that looks beautiful and balanced. But again, you might come in and say, well, the shadows are a little too dark for me. And that's what you can do. You can go in and customize those presets. So it's up to you to control the overall and final look of your photo. It's up to the preset to get you started. And that's kind of what I want to talk about here, because presets are great for certain things, like what I just said, getting started. It can kick you off into a particular type of edit or a particular sort of direction, for lack of a better word. It's great if you don't have a direction for a photo, maybe you want to click on a couple of different presets to get an idea and use that to build kind of the vision for what you want to achieve with that image. Purchasing preset packs is a great way to learn from others. Maybe there's photographers whose work you enjoy. Maybe it's mine, maybe it's somebody else's. I mean, Albert Dross, lots of different people have amazing preset packs in the Luminar marketplace, and I encourage you to explore them. But maybe you like the look that they can achieve in their photos, and this is a great way to learn, because I highly recommend when you use a preset that you go over here to edit, and then you click on the edits tab, and you come in here and you start examining what things were done to this photo, because that's how you can learn to go create your own presets or create your own looks or end up building out your own style with your images. And sometimes presets are great for one-click edits, and I know they're kind of advertised that way. I talk about using that sometimes as a one-click edit, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to point out that it's not a one-click edit every time. Any preset is not going to work on any particular image perfectly every single time, and that's why I'm talking about going into the edits tab and doing some customization and playing around. And for me, that is really what I consider the basis of what I call the problem with presets. And the problem is that I think it causes us to be lazy, is really what it comes down to. You click around, you being the general you, it could be me, it could be you, it could be anybody, but we might click a preset and we say, nah, I don't really like that. I kind of like that, but I don't really like what it did there. Let me try another one. And you move on. Well, I kind of like that there, but I don't like this here. Let me try another one. And you bounce and you bounce and you bounce. And there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes that's just all you want to do. I totally get that. But I'm assuming you watch videos like this where you're like, I really want to up my editing game. I want to learn more about how the product works. I want to make my images look better. Well, how do you make images look good? Is you take control over the image. One-click preset is not really taking control over the image. It's a great starting point. There are situations where you do one click and you're like, I'm done. I love it. I'm super happy. And that's cool, but it's not going to happen all the time. And that's why I said I think presets can tend to make us a little bit lazy, because if you don't get the exact look that you want with a particular preset, you click into another one and you move around until you find the look that you want. Again, nothing wrong with it, but I just think the way to really learn a tool and to master your craft and master your the control that you want to have over your image is to get into the edit tab and make adjustments. Experiment, right? I encourage people all the time. Experiment, try things. Also, you might like what it does to an image, but maybe you only like what it does to an image in certain areas. So I've got Accent AI here. It's at 25. And let's say I turn this off. You look at that. Okay, so what did it do? It's turned off, and there it is turned on. Okay, it's slightly dark in the sky a little bit, and it's slightly bright in the foreground. One more time, before and after. Maybe I want to increase this a little bit, and maybe what I really like here is what it's done. I'll just go to 100 just for example. Maybe I really like what it's done to certain parts of the photo. That's why I encourage you to go in and just experiment, move things around, try masks, adjust the sliders, and customize the image. And that's, like I said, what I consider to be the problem with presets is it just can cause you to be lazy. And I think you're better off if you really take control of your image and customize it and learn the tools. So presets are great for getting started. They're great for giving you a direction for your image and that sort of thing. Just don't always stop at clicking a preset and being done. Take the time, learn the product, get better at your craft by experimenting, masking, trying different tools, moving the sliders within the preset, add some additional things to presets to further customize it to your image, save that as a new preset, try it on a different photo, customize it again, things like that, because that is how you really learn how to use Luminar Neo and how to get the most out of your image edits using Luminar Neo, or really any app. I mean, it's the same idea regardless of what presets are built for whichever app you're using. So that's how I use presets. That's what I think about presets. And importantly, that's why I think it's super important to go in and customize a preset to look the way you want it to look on your image, because it teaches you how to use the product. And I think that's what we're all interested in, is making images that we think are better. All we want to do is improve our skills over time, be better than our previous self, and just get better at our craft. And I think that's how you do it. So if you're interested in any of the presets on my website, they're down below. If you use them, please customize them to your own images, because I built them on my image and they look great on some images, and other images they don't look as good. They need to be customized. If you're interested in my presets in the Luminar marketplace, you know where to get them, and I thank you for that. Or somebody else's presets, whatever it is. Experiment, have fun, learn, enjoy, and make your images look the way you want your images to look. That's it for today, my friends. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. You guys take care, and until next time, adios.